These are the top 3 most gangster things that I did in early recovery. So coming in at number 3, I was fresh off amphetamines, binging them, smoking a bunch of cigarettes, having 0 positive chemicals. One of my friends hit me up and told me that I should come to wrestling. He had been asking me for a long time. So, I eventually showed up, okay? Finally, after a lot of pushing and pulling. I got there. I had 0 dopamine, but I didn't complain. My body was in pain. My lungs could barely hold it. I was having anxiety all of the time. My body was basically still withdrawing from hard amphetamines. But I still got out there with people who had been wrestling for a long time, were way better conditioned than I was, and I still gave it my best shot. I realized it wasn't for me, but that was a pretty gangster thing that I did, if I do say so myself. Coming in at number 2, we have quit doing the California sober thing. So that was my original definition of sobriety, was I can be California sober now. I can just abuse, caffeine and weed and we're good, and maybe nicotine. But no, I eventually cut that stuff out. Now we're running on nothing. Okay, that was a pretty gangster thing because, I knew that those were shortcuts that are only going to make my life harder farther down the line. So I decided to nib the bud right now, and yeah. And number 1 is going to be I started to help others. So addiction made me the most selfish, self-absorbed person ever who only cared about getting high and their physical appearance, which is pretty counterintuitive when you're abusing amphetamines. But yeah, I wanted to be chiseled and stuff. So I was abusing that, and now I help other people not only get sober, but, I just found a love for helping people. This is the pretty gangster thing too. I replaced my addiction to drugs and addiction to escaping with an addiction to helping others in positive addictions, just positive hobbies and habits. So yeah, comment down below the most gangster things you did in sobriety.